So I've got my mat in the kitchen today. Warrior 2 that I was just doing is external rotation. This is my right leg of the thigh bone in the pelvis, and I'm stabilizing with the left leg, and my hips are square to this long edge of the mat. Well, one way to do a better Warrior 2 is to bring your back knee onto the mat. So I'm going to line up in a lunge with my right heel lined up with my left knee. Why would we do this? Well, if you are a regular and take classes and practice, you might, in a crescent lunge, bend your back knee. The reason is you can align the spine better. It all starts at how the pelvis sits on the thigh bone, your hip. So rotate the back of the pelvis down. You're pulling the front up. And what you can notice is I've really engaged my lower belly. With the back knee bent, you have more ability to feel this movement. Then I will lunge into the right leg, press my right heel and inner foot down, and that same opening of the arms. There's a little bit more length and space that you can feel in the inner thighs. And of course, like I said, you're feeling the belly engaged. So you can pull back out and lunge back in and do this several times. But what else is fun to do here, and it really can create more space for these muscles of the low back, especially my right side. It creates more space when we anterior spill the pelvis forward. So this is a posterior tuck, meaning I'm tucking the back of the pelvis, the posterior side, and then this is an anterior, the front. I'm spilling forward. So you can start to spill forward and bring your hands down. Perhaps you're here in a tabletop, or you start to extend your arms forward. And then maybe you start to reach your hips all the way back to the heel, meaning left hip to left heel. Now notice, is my right shoulder higher than the left? I'm going to need to rotate it down and then pull navel into spine. And then you get this deep lengthening sensation on the right side of the low back, because you've got muscles on the low back that wrap around to the front of the hip. And then you can just stay here and breathe, relax your toes, your ears are aligned with your biceps, and just notice where you feel more change. Then shift forward, come onto two knees, you'll come up and then switch sides. So left leg will lift, make sure that your left heel is aligned with your right knee. And then you'll come into the lunge. I'm going to actually move over a little bit. You'll lift the leg, check alignment to keep the knee protected, and come into the lunge. And again, you can pull out. Now, pull the belly in. As soon as you do that, you'll feel more opening on the front of the right hip, the back hip. And you're pressing the left heel and inner foot down. And you can do this a number of times. You're starting to get this length to the back with the external rotation of the left thigh bone in the pelvis. And then you'll come into the lunge, and remember that spill the pelvis forward. You're getting length on this pocket on the left side of the low back, and reach your arms forward. And you might be here for a bit, you might be a little higher, or you might bring right hip back to right heel. Now, always it's important to never feel anything in either knee. If you do, come out and do a little less. But then you can just be here and breathe here for a number of breaths, making sure the left shoulder is not higher than the right. And just notice this side. It's probably different than the right. We sort of live in two different bodies. The right and left side have different experiences, injuries, all kinds of stuff. All right, and then you can come back up. I would say to stay down there longer, and then you can come onto your knees. And then if you like, sit your hips back to your heels, palms down, chest high, and just take a couple quiet breaths. Your eyes can be closed. Elbows heavy, shoulders heavy from ears. And just inhale and exhale. All right, till next time, kitchen yoga.